Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and we talk all cool things movies here on the channel. We have a lot of fun doing that. Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and we talk. Well, that was weird. Anyway, if you're watching here from Facebook, remember that I won't see your comments. They only come through YouTube apps. So if a comment comes up, if you're on Facebook and you're trying to comment and I don't see it, I apologize. I mightn't see it right away, but that's the reason why. But I will kind of check in to my Facebook every once in a while and just check and see what's going on. But today we are talking Vinegar Syndrome, we're talking Severin, we're talking Imprint, we're talking Indicator. Man, there are so many great things to talk about today when it comes to movies. With that being said, I guess I got to get this out of the way. So be sure to like, share, subscribe to all that jazz. If you want to join our Patreon, that's using the link down below, where I'll be having Cinema Dave on as a co-host, and we'll be looking at next Thursday. We'll be doing the countdown show and the live review reaction show when the movies are finally announced. We get all the new stuff. I have been waiting and hoping for a new email from Vinegar Syndrome. Nothing has come up as of yet, unfortunately, but what we're going to do is we're going to look at all the stuff that's out there. We're going to do our weekly look at all the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. I'm going to give you three of my top choices for Vinegar Syndrome and 7 releases to pick up if you want to make films. And then I got two choices of 3 each for both Severin and Vinegar Syndrome. But what we're going to do first is let's look at some of the announcements. And if you're here, feel free to say hi. That way I know that I'm not talking to myself. And I figured the best way to start out is that there's new 4Ks coming out from Indicator, and I really want to look at these. So let's check these out, guys. Because we are a ton of fun stuff here. So as we know, they recently put out the 4K releases for, and I'll show you these first, for Shiver the Vampire and 2 Orphan Vampires, which are from Jean Rollin. An excellent choice if you're going to choose somebody to do this type of cinema for, these type of films for. Because it's 4K, you want somebody that's going to be like visually stunning on 4K, and I can tell you right now, this dude is visually stunning in 4K. We're going to dive into Vinegar Syndrome stuff as well, but the new announcements anyway, right here, let's look at the big ones. So we have Night of the Hunted here. I had to go down a little bit because although it's just a drawing, so it really shouldn't matter, but for one of Jean Rollin's least seen and most underrated works, Night of the Hunted, which actually is a really good film, finds the director moving away from his trademark tales of vampirism. That's what the other ones are about, to explore nightmarish dystopian world. In the dead of night, Elizabeth is rescued from unknown pursuers by Robert and taken to safety. After she's kidnapped and taken to an austere clinic whose distressed and abused patients are suffering from progressive memory loss. Robert sets out to find her and discover what is taking place in the clinic. Shot at night on shoestring budget with a cast mostly drawn from France's adult film industry, The Night of the Hunted stars Roland regular Bridget Leahy, who Severin fans I'm sure are going to be really familiar with, and Natalie Perrier from Lips of Blood. Offers a stark and melancholic take on contemporary society. And look at the features here right now. Because we have their new 4K HDR restoration from the original negative by Parhouse Films. We have new UHD presentation for HDR10 compatibility. Original French mono soundtrack is here. We got selected scenes. A commentary from writer-director Jean Rollin was done 2006. Selected scenes commentary with Bridget Leahy and Jean Rollin. We got an audio commentary with film expert and author Tim Lucas, so you know it's going to be great. We got Jean Rollin introduces the Ned Hunter film appraisal. We have a director in conversation, an updated making of that was done in 2023, a short film revisiting the aqueduct scene in the Night Hunted, newly edited archival interview with Leahy done in 2023. I wonder if it's the same people that worked on the Severance stuff. We've got a film critical appreciation by author and musician Stephen Thrower, so you know that's going to be fantastic. You guys know I have the Stephen Thrower Nightmare USA and the 2 Franco books as well. I gotta get the Fulci one too. So it's limited to 10,000, 6,000 4K units, and 4,000 that are just regular Blu-ray units. We have the of the vampire. I want to make sure I don't get demonetized. I keep getting demonetized lately, guys. 2 months in a row, you've had no Google AdSense. This is a really good film, though. This is his debut. Yeah, it's his debut film. Oh God, I forgot about that. But excellent movie. Again, we got another 4K restoration here. Another Tim Lucas commentary. So it's going to be a really good commentary. Got a bunch of features. Won't go through them all, but there's just a ton of stuff here. And just to let you know, these always have like limited edition booklets too. The Grape of the Vampire. Thank you, Swift. We use The Grape of the Vampire. Do you ever see kids in the hall? Not kids in the hall. Whitest kid you know, with the grape like soda commercial. That's hilarious, by the way. So 80 pages, fantastic essays, and like a whole bunch of stuff here. And happy Friday to you, man. We also got our limited editions for Thunderbolt with George Bancroft and Fay Wray. We got Marlene Dietrich in Song of Songs. Night Has 1,000 Eyes. Jet Paul, which I think was announced before. But the big news, of course, is Night of the Hunted and Grape of the Vampire. Hey there, Charlie. Welcome, man. So, and the covers are gorgeous. But let's go over to something that's not going to get me in trouble. Let's do that before we got to go into Vinegar Syndrome, which is still probably going to get me in trouble and get me demonetized. There we go. Apologize for slurping. Imprint has come out with some new stuff, and it is some pretty cool stuff. So let's look at it all right now. Sounds upset. So first, we get a film focus on the wonderful Jennifer Connelly. Now, the first movie that I ever saw of Jennifer Connelly is unfortunately not here. The first one I ever saw was 7 minutes or. Ned Hunt is such a fun film. But we got Career Opportunities, which is, I think, is where a lot of people, we first really noticed Jennifer Connelly. Waking the Dead and House of Sand and Fog. It is, I'm pretty sure these are all Blu-ray. I don't think they're 4K. Let's check here. No, so we got a Blu-ray scan with new interviews with the director, with Don McElphin, and interviews with actors Dermot and Kieran Mulrooney. For Career Opportunities. For Waking the Dead, we got an interview with film critic Bilge Ebiri. New interview with director Keith Gordon. Yes, it is that Keith Gordon, by the way. The Keith Gordon from Christine. He became a director afterwards. Anything Bridget Leahy is good. I love me some Bridget Leahy. I have the Bridget Leahy book here, and thanks to my good friend James, who actually, and his spouse, who actually sent that to me, the one that Severin put out, along with the kind of a DVD came with it too. So interview with Billy Crudup, making of archival featurette. Got House of Sand and Fog, interview with Vadim Perlman, interview with the editor, Lisa Zeno Churgan, interview with one of the actors. I'm surprised. Well, I guess maybe they weren't able to do it because she's a busy actress. But I'm surprised like Jennifer Connelly like isn't interviewed for the Jennifer Connelly set. Is that just a me thing? I'm gonna guess, she's a fantastic actress and she's doing a lot. So that's probably why. Uh, it's a gorgeous looking set. So it's $89.95 on sale if you pre-order it. It'll be 104.85 if you don't. And that's an Australian. So if you live in the United States, I think you're going to get a pretty good deal there because your dollar's a bit better than like Australia's, and I think ours in Canada. Well, not in Canada, but when I'm in Canada, it's around the same as Australia. It's from 1991 to 2003. Hopefully, they get to some more versions. I like Seven Minutes in Heaven. That's my song that I had. So Seven Minutes in Heaven is one I would like to see come out because I don't think it's been put out like with good release yet. We're getting at one on Jessica Lange. It is so weird to think that Jessica Lange was somebody that was she was a model first. So when she started out, it was in King Kong. Actually, it was in Daniel De Laurentiis's King Kong film, the remake of that. A lot of people, critics and stuff, didn't take her seriously. Didn't think she had what it takes to be an actress. She thought like Jessica Lange should never make it as an actress. She's just a model. And now people have forgotten that Jessica Lange even was ever a model. And thanks to she was this amazing actress. But here we got from 1982 to 1995. I love these film focus box sets. I hope to keep this up. We got Music Box here, Losing It. Isaiah, we have Crimes of the Heart, and we have Francis. I love like all these films. Francis is probably and Crimes of the Heart are probably my top two out of those. But I do like them all. No, Losing Isaiah, yeah, worldwide premiere on Blu-ray. Thought so. And we got some decent features on here. How Life Remembering Francis. Featurettes like new interviews. Crimes of the Heart is here. We're gonna have some an audio commentary for Crimes of the Heart, which kind of I'm glad. I'm really surprised we got an audio commentary on there. Music Box again, a ton of new features on here. Joe Esterhaz. So here is our start with our Vinegar Syndrome crossover. So when anybody talks about Showgirls, by the way, and you show them your snazzy new VSU super cool 4K of Showgirls, and they're like, well, Showgirls is and they'll talk about what type of movie it is. Let them see Joe Esterhaz right there. The guy that wrote Showgirls also wrote Music Box, the critically acclaimed film. So just for those people. Losing Isaiah is here with Halle Berry, of course. Again, fantastic stuff. This box set here is $119.95. Pre-order sale price $139.95. Regular price. That is Australian money again. We have a few others here. One that I really like, and this one right here. This has been a kind of a long-time favorite of mine. I really like this film, Mrs. Parker and the Vicious Circle. I'm a big Jennifer Jason Leigh fan. I like this kind of era of that they're playing in. Got Matthew Broderick, Campbell Scott here. Such a good film. Yeah, nominated for the Palme d'Or at the 1994 Cannes Film Festival, and deserved to win it actually. And it's the film it's about Dorothy Parker, and she was quite the character. So we get a new interview with actor Campbell Scott, new interview with director, co-writer, and Alan Rudolph. We have Would You Kindly Direct Me to Hell, the infamous Dorothy Parker documentary. So there's a bunch of stuff on here. A lot of great stuff. Again, $34.95 Australian pre-order price, $39.95 for a regular price afterwards. Next up, we have Blue Car with Agnes Bruckner and David Strathairn. And I don't know if I remember this one, actually. But it's an indie drama, so it's right up my alley. Kieran Moncrief. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know from. I kind of want to see this. And last but not least, we have Searching for Bobby Fischer. Again, like $34.95 Australian for pre-order price, $39.95 for the regular one. And you can buy them all together. Now their imprint bundles are pretty expensive, and you'll see right here actually. So you can get it'll be 2 box sets and 3 regular releases, and they're all the releases are well, that's like Just the Disc and Serial at Midnight because they do unbox a lot of the imprint stuff. Because I don't, we don't get it here. I've never had an imprint release. I would kill to get an imprint release, but I have yet to have one. But they have like some 2 box sets here, so that's like 7, 8, 9. That's 10 films altogether, and the cost is for Innistrand is 299.95 if you pre-order it, and it is 364.65 if you wait till after the pre-order is over. So we got a it's a good set. Like they're all 3 limited edition, 3 disc hard boxes. Uh, Fantastic stuff. Like the if you've never seen the imprints like style when they it's just amazing. It's just amazing the work they put into this. Hopefully, one of these days, go to Australia or New Zealand or somewhere, and just where they have these films. Maybe even if they have them in like in London, I can eventually one of these centuries get an imprint release. With all that being said, that's not why you came here. You guys came here for the Vinegar Syndrome stuff and the Severance stuff and all that. So let's get to it. Let's dive into the nitty gritty stuff about it first. Look at the halfway to Black Friday like FAQs. Congratulations to my kids, by the way, who just they're moving into a new place very soon, and it's a fantastic place too. But what we know right now on the sale is this right here, and it's halfway to Black Friday. Finger Cinema's yearly tradition. It will begin at exactly 12:01 Eastern Standard Time on Friday, May 26th. Will end on Monday, the 29th at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. Nearly everything in our extensive catalog will be 50% off SRP. We'll be unveiling 2 secret Vinegar Syndrome releases, 2 brand new Vinegar Syndrome archive releases. The VSA is the first Vinegar Syndrome Labs box set, some limited edition catalog, and variant slips, and so much more. Hey, Monkey, welcome, man. Actually, he's asleep, but they're both asleep right now. I woke up this morning, okay, to uh, them running around my head. And the littlest one actually got down on the front of the bed where and got stuck where like beneath I had to actually lift up the mattress with my better half and like get him out. And I knew reason I knew is because the older cat came along and was freaking out to let me know that the cat was stuck down there. But as far as I know, he's gonna be asleep right now. So yeah, the Vinegar Syndrome Labs, whatever that one is, it's supposed to be a new genre for them. And the style of the artwork for the VSL box set is going to be something that inspires the variant covers. So every time Vinegar Syndrome has a sale, for those that are new to this, older Vinegar Syndrome titles didn't have slip covers, and Vinegar Syndrome is very much known for the slip covers. So what they've been doing for the last few years is they've been going and they've been selling like slip covers separately, or you can buy the movie if you don't have it with the slip cover. And so older titles that didn't have slip covers originally, they have slip covers, or sometimes it's a title that has a slip cover, but slip covers sort it really quickly and do a very different version of it. Well, the first time they did something like that was with Tammy and the T-Rex. And another title, which I can't remember right now, I think was no, I don't remember, but they did 2 kind of like comic booky style ones, which got like a bit of a mixed review. I thought they were cool, but some people just didn't like them. So now here we go. Every Vinegar Syndrome VSA Peakorama partner label with a release date prior to January 2023. Oh wow! So it's going back farther than last year. I think last year was like will be 50% off the SRP. So anything after January? Anything before January. Okay, so it's gone back a bit because it used to be like anything before like February. But I think the last time it was in January too. So titles will with release dates beginning in 2023 will not be. Okay, it's gone back because last year, uh, January 2023 was included, and before that, February 2023 was included, but March wasn't. March and April, wasn't. Um, if I hope I got this right, but from what I can see here, and anybody can speak up and tell me what your thoughts are. So, was it prior to January 2023 in the last sale? I don't think it was. Special note: certain VSUs and VSP releases merch, clothing, and fuel older partner label titles currently under distribution by another company may not be discounted, which makes sense. That does. So I placed an order during the Flash pre-order event and pre-ordered Showgirls, Blade in the Dark, or the Boogeyman. What do I need to know? You don't need to rebuy them. Actually, that's what you need to know. You might already think you have everything you need, but you couldn't be more wrong. During the halfway to Black Friday sale, add additional orders to your package for free using the add to my existing order shipping option. We know about that one there. If you purchase the Everything Flash pre-order bundle, you receive the following: Showgirls. So if you purchase everything bundle, that's what you're going to get, guys. Showgirls, A Blade in the Dark, The Boogeyman, Villages of the Damned, plus the two secret Vinegar Syndrome titles. That will not include the VSAs. So I have at least one or two people every year that ask me about that. So when you do the pre-order for the bundle, VSAs, Vinegar Syndrome archives, or VSUs, that type of things, usually unless it's mentioned in there, aren't included. Now, here the VSU for Showgirls is included. So you're going to have Showgirls, Blade in the Dark, Boogeyman, Villages of the Dams box set, and two secret Vinegar Syndrome titles. So when you see, so if you've ordered everything else and you want the VSAs too, then the VSAs are what you need to buy of the new stuff, and then you're going to look at the older stuff. We will look at the what the range is on all the titles in a second. I'm a current Vinegar Syndrome subscriber. What do I need to know? Same thing, actually. If you've already got that flash pre-order stuff. You're still going to have to buy on its own the oh no, even more actually, because their subscription bundle is Blade in the Dark, Boogeyman, Villages of the Damned, plus the two secret titles. What won't be included is the new Vinegar Syndrome Ultra release of Showgirls. So if you're a subscriber, it's important to know. Unless you pre-ordered it. If you didn't pre-order Showgirls, that's not part of it's not part of your subscription. And the two new VSAs and new VS Labs, those are not included. And I always say, it's a great time to look at their backstock. How to become a Vinegar Syndrome subscriber? Well, that's normally will be this week. It's not. They've changed it. Now, July 1st to July 7th is going to be the new halfway to Black Friday subscriber week. So they're going to do a special week, 7 days long, where you can become a halfway subscriber, and they'll be doing some stuff to kind of like get you excited for that. Hopefully, so I'll be covering that, by the way. The partners only month will start on June 1st. It's going to happen right after the sale's over, and it ends, on June 28th. I'm a subscriber. How does partners only affect me? Well, you get a lot of stuff for half price. That's how it affects you. What are the halfway to Black Friday shipping policies? Now, this is important. Everybody asks this. So we got, for the United States, it's going to be $5 for standard USPS medium mail shipping, $10 for deluxe, priority, or FedEx shipping, and $10 in Canada. We have a place here in Canada that actually they ship out from, and international is $18, and it comes through FedEx International. All free shipping thresholds are disabled during the sale. So what it used to be like 100, 125, something like that. It was for Canada for like shipping, for free shipping. I think it was like a little bit cheaper for the United States. How long will it take for my oh god, this is the question. Okay, every year Vinegar Syndrome's sales get more and more extensive. Every year, more and more people discover what Vinegar Syndrome is. So every year, it takes a little bit longer to get your halfway to Black Friday orders. If you're a subscriber, or you're somebody that like normally gets Vinegar Syndrome stuff, like if you pre-order some stuff, you're going to get it first. If you're sometimes you'll luck out and for one reason or another, it'll get sent out earlier. Maybe there's some subscriber orders that are going out, and yours might be along those. But that's rare and kind of few and far between. But just know that you're going to be waiting for a little bit to get your order, but when it comes, it usually comes really well packaged. And I've never ever had an order with Vinegar Syndrome. I was a subscriber at one point as well, and I spent many years now as a subscriber ordering from them. So either way, you're going to be good. My order's stuck in transit. Well, that's that's different than there. Can I place multiple orders during the sale? Yes, but please, please, if you're going to go in and place multiple orders, look at the shipping options, because it's going to say add, make a new you want to make, not the shipping options. You want to make sure that you look at the option that says add to existing order. Hey, Standon. Yeah, that's the thing. Like sometimes I think what happens is that your order may have been close to or somebody else's order at the same time and it just went out. But that's good. That's fantastic. And yes, you can if you live close to Connecticut or Colorado. Don't order, go to the store and order there, and buy there. But don't make the orders online and then go to the store and say, "Hey, can I get my order?" They're gonna disable that option. But I thought this was best to go through before I looked at any of the stuff. So one of the big releases coming out is, of course, Showgirls, the VSU. I thought, oh, nobody's going to watch Showgirls. Now it's a great. think it's a great movie, but I'm in the minority. I was wrong. I'm not in the minority. I'm in the majority with Showgirls. So yeah, this has been their biggest seller ever of all time. And if you're wondering about Showgirls, we're going to look at the features right now. See, Sandon, I expected that because I'm a huge fan of Showgirls. I'll be in that weird fringe minority, and this wouldn't sell as well. I was wrong. So it's a 3-disc set, 4K Ultra HD, 2 Region A Blu-rays, and yeah, that's the thing. So of course, the 4K is going to be region free, but the Region A, but it's Region A for the Blu-rays. I expect to do okay, but not as good as it did. Like it has done gangbusters. Standing, it's done gangbusters. We got 4K UHD with HDR, newly restored by Vinegar Syndrome from an existing director-approved 4K Studio Masters. That's excellent to know. Includes original 5.1 surround and 2.0 stereo soundtrack options. That's fantastic. Greatest movie ever made. Commentary track with writer David Schmader. We got More Vegas Than Vegas, an interview with director Paul Verhoeven. We have You Gotta Gamble If You're Going to Win, interview with screenwriter Joe Esterhaz. All That Glitters, filming Showgirls, interview with cinematographer Joss Vacano and performance lighting designer Peter Morse. The Rhythm of Chaos, interview with co-writer editors Mark Helfrich and Mark Goldblatt. The Blu-ray is region A, but the 4K UHD will be region free. Probably because there may be a Blu-ray that's in the UK, so there's rights issues depending on the different regions. That's the great thing about 4K is you don't have to worry about rights issues. I'm looking at you, Scream Shout Factory's Deer Hunter. We got a free lap dance with every large popcorn called Showgirls, interview with Midnight Masses podcast host Peaches Christ and Michael Varada. Born to Lap Dance, interview with actress Rena Riffle. Now this interests me because Born to Dance. We got special behind the scenes featurette, Showgirls Diary, lap dance tutorial featuring the world famous girls of Scores. Original trailer, 40-page perfect bound book. God, I want this so bad. Reversible sleeve artwork, English subtitles. So they have an interview with Rena Riffle, and I'm not sure if it's a new interview or it's a previously done interview. And here's why I'm kind of curious. Here's the thing. There's a Showgirls 2. I kid you not. There's a Showgirls 2. And it was made independently, and it was done by Rena Riffle. She's the star of it. She's one of the kind of the dancers in the Showgirls. She has kind of like a mini subplot. So it's basically kind of it's Showgirls on meth. It really is. It's insane and weird, and it's everything you want out of a weird bad movie. Showgirls 2, Showgirls is awesome. Showgirls 2 is the amazingness, like, just put to a different bad movie level. If you want like a if people look at Showgirls and think, okay, this is a bad movie, they have not seen Showgirls 2. And when I say bad movie, I say that in the most entertaining and complimentary way that I possibly can. And the reason that I'm mentioning all this is because if they got Rena Riffle, if they interviewed her, if this is a new interview, then is it possible that we may get even a Blu-ray copy of Showgirls 2 in the future from Vinegar Syndrome? And the reason I'm putting this out there is basically because when Vinegar Syndrome put out Freeway on 4K, I was super stoked. I was excited, but I said, Freeway 2 is really hard to get. I really want to get Freeway 2. I'm a really big Natasha Lyonne fan. Freeway 2 was announced. So let's hope that, because I don't expect them to do a VSU of Showgirls 2. Oh, that rhymes. I expect to see I just expect to see to hopefully see like a Blu-ray for Showgirls 2 from Vinegar Syndrome. So fingers crossed, guys, we get Showgirls 2. Let's have a Blade in the Dark. I'm going to go down here for this one because the features of the stuff is announced for this one here. And so we got a commentary track with Sarah Continues for the extended cut, commentary track with Kat Ellinger for the extended cut. Don't Go Down the Stairs, new interview with director Lamberto Bava. We got a new interview with screenwriter Dardano Sacchi. Lights in an Empty House, new interview with cinematographer Gian Lorenzo Battaglia. Gothic Slashers, you thought I wasn't going to get that name, didn't you? The Gothic Slashers of Lamberto Bava, video essay by Sam Deegan. Behind the Blade, an archival interview with Lamberto Bava and Dardano Sacchi. All the Colors of Giallo, a feature-length documentary exploring Giallo films, directed by Federico Cadeo. Original theatrical trailers in Italian and English, and a 40-page perfect bound book. It is like it. Showgirls is really fun. Okay, so here's the thing, because I know I'm gonna get asked this, and I got asked this a bit already. So where is it at? So, All the Colors of Giallo is a documentary. It was put out by Severin a few years ago. Now, Vinegar Syndrome and Severin are not competition. They are companies that actually are very friendly and work together a lot. So this would be the documentary that you'd be getting with the, Blade in the Dark, which is, by the way, a fantastic documentary. You don't own it. I grabbed this because my better half actually got me the edition that had, see if I can find it. Severin put out something a couple years ago called the Black Gloves edition. It had All the Colors of Giallo. It had All the Colors of the Dark, which is a great, Sergio Martino film. And it came with these. This may be my favorite thing that I ever got, like merchandise-wise, from a company. So these are faux leather, black gloves, Giallo-style black motorcycle gloves done for your killing convenience. This may still be my favorite thing that I ever got out of a bundle from any company. And they still smell great. Which, before we go back to the website, should bring me to this part right now. So this will be on your Blade in the Dark. So this, however, was a 3-disc edition. So it came with All the Colors of Giallo with trailers, 4 hours of trailers and interviews and stuff like that. And the second disc had like a Cremi trailer compilation, an interview with Cremi stuff. And third one was a CD. But you were getting the documentary. on there, which is fantastic. If you don't have documentaries, it's a great way to have it. Movies that 3 movies, and I said I was going to do this at the beginning of the video, so I'm going to do this right now to get this out of the way so we can get back to the stuff that I think everybody should own from Severin, and 3 movies I think everybody should own from Vinegar Syndrome, specifically if you are thinking of making films or you want to study films. And I'm going to go with All the Colors of the Dark, which is a Sergio Martino film. It's a very different giallo, uniquely done, very well done. And it has a bit of the supernatural aspect to it. Not like out and out, but kind of hinted at. It stars Edwidge Fenech and Ivan Razumov and George Hilton. Susan Scott is in this as well. And we get screenwriter Ernesto Gastaldi working on this, which is fantastic. And score by Bruno Nicole. It is great, and everybody should watch this, especially if you're thinking of doing something. You want to make like a mystery. You want to do something kind of giallo-esque. Yes, that's it. I got my killing gloves, man. Next of kin is something that I mentioned on here before. Hey, welcome, Dag. This is a film from Australia. It's an Australian film. It's a fantastic film. It's a bit of a slow burn, but it's just everything, the cinematography, the editing, everything goes together perfectly. And when I teach, this will be one of the films that I will be actually spotlighting. Last but not least from Severin, I'm going to go with Changeling. It is a great film. It shows the use of restraint and how that can be scary when it comes to horror. And Changeling is perfect for that. When it comes to Vinegar Syndrome, 3 for them, right? And these are specifically if you're in the film and you want to study film or you want to like make your own films. These are movies to watch. First up is an exploitation film, Sudden Fury, done on a kind of a lower budget with kind of a small cast. This is an extremely good, really tense, Hitchcockian thriller type of film that really falls under the radar for some people. Yeah, I'd say if you're going to get this one and you want like a recommendation to do like a double feature with it, The Collar is great. It's a great choice. Next up is Blood Games. Again, it's another lower budgeted title, but it's one that uses some great like stunt work. Actually, the girl that stars in this movie would become so good at stunt work that she would have to make a decision in her life whether she was going to continue acting or she was going to become a stunt woman. And she became one of the premium stunt women in the world to this very day. That's a great way to see that. See how like action sequences and stuff can be shot on a low budget. A parallel recommendation, if you already had this movie, is Shot, which was a movie that was shot for I think around $5,000 or $10,000 by college students, and it's amazing to see what they did with it. And last but not least is Incubus. It is again another great little film with a fantastic cast. You wouldn't believe. I mean, John Cassavetes is in this movie, but what's really great about this and what you really need to look at and study is the way that cinematography is in this film. There's some really great shots here. The opening sequence in this is kind of shot almost like kind of a slasher style sequence, but just done way more inventive. There's a shot underneath the door. It's just amazingly done. So if you're a budding cinematographer right there, that definitely is a film that you should be looking into. And with that being said, hopefully that's helped out. And let's go back to the website. That's what you want to see. You don't see me. So let's dive. Should I get Fortress of America? I'm trying not to talk about that else stuff. It's okay. I mean, I'm going to be biased here, and I'll tell you why I'm standing. If it was $10, I'd buy Fortress of America in a second. If that would have been part of the $10 sale, yeah, I'd buy it. Is it something that I'd buy otherwise? No, and I'll tell you why. I do my Simon Miller, here's why thing, right? No, it's because it doesn't. It's the movie that broke me with Ken VSAs. Not just, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. Like, trust me, there's worse VSAs out there than Fortress of America. I know, I own them. House of Usher, it's kind of like leaps to mind. But it just didn't seem VSA to me. It made me realize that VSA was a was a phrase that no longer meant anything. Like any movie now can be a VSA. It's become totally random. So should you get it? I'm the wrong person asked. So anybody here that has Fortress of America, it's been years since I've seen it. Give recommendation to stand in. Now, oh, you can mention stuff, and if I you can mention some of the adult stuff, by the way. Um, I do normally talk about it on the Patreon. Well, I'll be doing either on Saturday or Sunday this week. And of course, we're going to be doing the big show on Thursday with Sim and Dave. I cannot wait to get them on here to talk about some of the stuff. I got my drink, and let's look at the limited edition stuff. I want to see where we are for like some of these numbers. And I totally muted myself so you didn't hear me slurp. So let's sort by old to new. We'll go old to new. The only iffy thing about going old to new is that we're going to see the variant slips. So that's going to come up like first. I'm sure it can be more help with Fortress of America because it's just mad at me. I mean, like there's other stuff out there that I'd get first. You're like but if you got like a lot of stuff, or if you're saying I want to get all the VSAs, yes. 6 days, 10 hours, and 18 minutes, and so many seconds away. Cthulhu Mansion is going to set early in the sale. That's what I'm interested in, actually. So I'll go through like the numbers really quickly. I'm only going to mention by voice. 1,000 or over, I won't mention it. I'll just go past it. Last films of Herschel Gordon Lewis. So Herschel Gordon Lewis, again, like I don't want to like belabor the point. Before he did splatter films, he did Nudie Cuties. These are the Nudie Cuties that he did. So yeah, we're good over 1,000 on that one. What is that noise? It's like a drill or something like that. Can you guys hear that? Corruption. This is an alt title. It's a good title too. 663 left on this one here. This one is a bit of what they call the roughie. I can't get into it too much here, but it was directed by Roger Watkins, and he did Last House on Dead End Street. A lot of people really want Last House on Dead End Street from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's one that they said they were going to do. Right now, the only way to get Last House on Dead End Street is through Corruption, because there's an unremastered version of it as an Easter egg on here. You have 40 other VSAs, but you get it. It's one more VSA. It's true. As long as the price is good. Like, look at the stuff you want first. I'd say if it's low, maybe. Well, let's dive in the archives. Let's do a real quick, see what they got in the archives there. So let's just go with in stock. So Fortune America right now is at over 1,000. You're going to be safe, man. Most people get Corruption for Last House on Dead End Street, but I remember Corruption being a decent film. If I remember correctly, it's been years. Because Jamie Gillis and Vanessa Del Rio, so you're pretty solid when it comes to them. But whatever it takes is in 627. The Grave is in 207, so if you didn't get Grave during the 10 for 10 sale. Anything over 1,000, you're fairly safe on, unless you see it like dropping under during the sale. I don't expect these here, Jaleel, Mary, like Billy Blank's films, like sell very quickly. Like it's got a limited audience, and the people that are going to buy it either bought it initially or they bought ones during the sale. Unfortunately, like stuff like I guess Red Sun Rising, which I think was in January, wouldn't be included because anything. So January back. Imagine Night of Victorians when did the 10 for 10 sales. Got accidentally. Yeah, they had like secret accidental ones every day. I didn't know about that till after almost after the sale. Let's say we got the bees here. We're still over 1,000 that one, so we need to look in that one. Blue ice is still over 1,000, so we're still good with blue ice. Trashy Lady is one that 100% should never be missed out on. Etiquette Pictures hangs upon nothing. It's down to 498. This is not going to sell quickly. Obviously not, because this has been going on sale for a long time. However, it's a decent film if you like surfing, for instance. So it's a documentary about surfing. I talk really fast, so feel free at any time to say slow down because I need to do that. I need to remember to do that. I'm from Newfoundland, and I lived in Alberta for a while. So I think I could have been an auctioneer in another life. But don't answer the phone is got 1,000 left, so you're good there. Etiquette Pictures. A Woman's Torment. Fantastic film. Still over 1,000. Of course, names. The Severed Arm is definitely going to sell out during the sale. So the Severed Arm is kind of I guess a bit of a thriller type of film. It looks really good, actually. I don't like the cover. I still don't like this cover. I know people say it looks better in person. I hate this slipcover. Maybe I'd love it if I had it. Favorite auction scene, I don't know actually. My favorite. Oh, you want to know my favorite auction? It's not in the movie. Well, sort of a movie. My favorite auction scene ever is from Only Fools and Horses. So, for those that know, Only Fools and Horses is a show from the UK, um, which stars this character of Delboy, and Delboy is always grifting, always trying to make a fast buck, trying to get rich. Him and his brother. So finally, he gets this thing, goes to an auction, one of the Christmas specials, and it sells for like millions of pounds, and he becomes rich like overnight. And I think that's where like Only Fools and Horses should have ended right there. He becomes rich, like feel good ending, but they wanted to extend it, so they had him become poor again, and just kind of took the wind out of my sails. That's my favorite auction scene. So Perfect Strangers here. Larry Cohen is down to 452. Keep an eye on this one because it is written by the late. I think it's directed by Larry Cohen. Not sure if he wrote it or not. Both these released in Valentine's Day sales. That's the thing, right? Like things like that will get released for Valentine's Day sales. That's why I say look towards a lot of this stuff, unless it's low. Like if it's really low, look at it. We're still, 439 for 11th Commandment. Possibility of this one selling out is there. More Valley Massacre. I'm going to guess over 1,000. Nope, down to 600. Okay. Keep an eye. I know 600 is a lot, but I find every year more and more people are buying things. Let's look at Cthulhu Mansion. Yes, 72 left. This is going to go I suspect this will go the first night. If it moves into the second day, I'll be surprised. Oh, sorry, you need to reach for free player, man. 220 Electronics. I recommend them. Dark Tower, still over 1,000. Hitch and Dark's a really good Umberto Lenzi title. And that one's at 913. I know it's not low, but still, it's a really good one. These box sets, I'm always going to recommend these because they did great on this. Forgotten Jelly Volume 3 is amazing. So, and okay, here's a good example. Here's where we need to look at it. So as you can see right now, Forgotten Jelly Volume 3 is $80.98. That's the price rate. That's Canadian, by the way, not American. So it's going to be less in America. But that's not the SRP price. And I get this a lot, so I always try to mention every sale. So you can see the cross-off price is $107.96. So $107.96, which should come to around $54 Canadian, is going to be the actual sale price of the title because it won't be half of 80, which will bring it into $40. It's going to be half of the 107 $96 price. Uh, Jamie Gillis had a there's a darkness to Gillis. He's a fantastic actor though. But yeah, sleazy, yes. Like super good at what he at his at acting. Also, yeah. But yeah, have you ever listened to the Rialto Report? It's like a podcast. They did like an interview with the late Jamie Gillis, like one, at least one, maybe two, and it was really interesting actually. So we got Death Promise here is in at 686. So just keep an eye on some of these. I'd say definitely keep an eye on anything like Forgotten Jelly. And always remember this: if something comes in here that is in conjunction with something else. So if all of a sudden they have like you see another Forgotten Jelly box that pop up. Let's not go into the sale, but we'll just say for as play devil's advocate. Matter of fact, imaginary. All of a sudden, bam! Look, the sale starts. You see Forgotten Jelly Volume 6. You won't, but if you did, then you're going to notice that anybody that's never bought the Forgotten Jelly stuff before, they're going to be buying the new one, and they're going to be going back and buying the old ones as well. It happened with the Ruben Galando Jr.'s films when Don't Panic came out. People were running back to buy Grave Robbers, to buy Cemetery of Terror, to the point where Grave Robbers, which still had a ton of titles left, sold out during the sale, and then a lot of people afterwards missed out on that baller cover. I'll check it in a second. Actually, we haven't done the partner label section yet. No, Rialto. Sorry, Rialto is like a name of a theater, like Rialto. I'm never going to listen to the Rialto report, but Rialto is a theater. Well, and that's where they got the name of the podcast from. So I'm going to guess Last Gasps. Yeah, it's over 1,000 on that one. Even though this was a $10 one, it was the first day of the $10 sale. People were waiting. Rush Week is in at 571. And partner labels. Is it in the lemon editions or they're going out of print? Okay. So I'm kind of curious now, Vince. No one wave goodbye is running low. So Walking the Edge is down 235, by the way. Primetime Panic is down to 14. You're good with that one. Radio On is down to 156. That's getting low, guys. I wish I got them too. I was stupid there because I was like, oh, I'll wait because there's even better stuff on the other part of the day of the sale. Where is No Way Goodbye at? Must be really no because I'm not look, it's not seen there. I would, but I'll tell you this right now. You got to like regional horror stuff. Regional horror is cheaper, low budget horror. So know that going in. Now, for me, Return, the second volume of Homegrown Horror is more interesting to me, and I'll be honest. I will tell you why. Because I love slasher films, and I go to my way to get any type of slasher film that I can. I got Nail Gun Massacre in my collection. I got like Murderlust in my collection. So like even lower budget like slashers, like really, really, really bottom of the barrel, low budget slashers, I want like Camp Blood. I want the David Sterling stuff. I want. So out of the They're both fantastic. I think they're both fantastic for what they are. Though I heard one of the ones on the first set is kind of slow. Um, but if you're picking between Giallo and like the homegrown horrors, one I gotta ask you: do you like Giallo? Are you into Giallo? Because if you are, I'm gonna recommend Giallo over homegrown horrors. But if you're more regional horror type of fan, um, then there. But I always go for the Giallo stuff first. But that's me. Like I'm a Giallo fanatic. I got the Forgotten Giallo volumes 1 and 3. I still got to get 4 and 5, and I got the double feature Giallo that they put out with the just amazing stuff. So I'm big into the Giallo stuff. So I'm always going to recommend Giallo over homegrown horrors. So if you're going to pick two box sets and you like slashers, um, three is one of my yeah definitely my favorite. So three is really neat because three has autopsy. It has Crazy Stars of Murder. I think is in volume 3, which I really liked. And there's the Mansion one, the one with Evelyn Stewart, which is really good actually. That one really surprised me. But it's all three are solid. So if three is really solid, three is really good. Four is the one that I don't have, but I've seen all the movies from. Four is the sleaziest. So if you like your like Giallo with like a ton of nudity, then like number four is going to be like heavily on your list of stuff to buy. Because Arabella Black Angel is there because there's Sister Ursula, but volume 3, 100%. I'll even go through there for you. Yeah, like volume 3 is excellent. Like I understand some people that aren't as into Giallo may not have gotten into the first one as much because it is like take into consideration like it's called Forgotten Giallo. So there are going to be some films in here that are forgotten, and people are going to say they're forgotten for a reason. Tenebrae is my favorite Giallo, so you're in good company here. Now, I will say right now. So you see these here, volumes 1, volume 2. These are slimline cases now. So these won't have the boxes that, like you saw initially. They would have the like this, like a regular one with like 3 discs on the inside, as opposed to like a hard box. Like volume 3 and up, you're still going to be able to get the limited edition hard box release. And it's killing me. I got a Murder Mansion. Yeah, that's the name of it. So Murder Mansion, yeah, Crazy Czars of Murder. Autopsy is probably the most, I guess, we're gonna put like as kind of Tenebrae-esque out of these, but they're definitely kind of like in the realm like what I would consider a bit higher quality than maybe volumes 1 and 2. I like volumes 1 and 2, and I do recommend them if you get them for a good price. Uh, but if volume 3 is limited edition and it's set the same price as the slimline standard, because right here, like, see, this is volume 2, right? Standard edition. So what that means is this is what it looks like right here. So you can see it looks like a regular one. It's got the 3 movies written there, and on the back it'll be. So to give you an example, look, Forgotten Jelly Volume 3, 100% one of my favorites. 100% one of my favorites. But I want to give you like an idea. So let me do this. So this is what like volumes 1 and 2 are going to look like. It's going to be in a kind of regular case, and it'll have the title, and in here rather than 2, it'll be like 3 discs, right? So this is what volumes 1 2 it would be called standard edition versions of the box set. So volume 3, volume 5, volume 3 is going to be the same price as standard edition, but it'll look like this right here. So it'll be a nice box set. Don't you find she looks like 70 Beach, by the way? It's not, but it looks like her. And you open it up, it's a hard box. It's got this amazing artwork on the inside. Just look at that. She's actually upstairs with one of the kitty cats. And they'll have like a autopsy here, murder mansion, and Crazy Desires of Murder, which I think I might watch tonight. I actually like that film a lot. That's like the major difference you're going to find between the two box sets. And I'd recommend, like, this one right now is at the same price as a standard edition, like disc is. So, yeah, definitely grab that. So hopefully that helped out. Because, yeah, you're looking at them there. So volumes 1, 2, and 3 are $80.96 in Canadian. Let's put it to American price. It's going to allow you guys from the States. So we'll do that. So $39.99, $59.98 is the regular price. So it'll be like $38 American for volume 3. And like $30? My God, that's fantastic. Do those have reversible covers? Yes, yes, all of them do. So just to give you an idea. So this is Crazy Desires of Murder. As you can see, it has a absolutely stunning reversible artwork. And all three of them do. So just in case you're going to get it, I won't like ruin the surprise of what the other reversible cover art is like. But you get reversible cover art for all three of those. So some really good stuff. And that's the thing, guys, as we're doing this here, the thing that I hope most of the, like, you have any questions or anything on any of this stuff, I've bought a lot of this stuff. I got to the point where the Vinegar Syndrome stuff has been kind of my, what I got known for. So ask me anything. And if I can answer it, I will. And if I can't, chat will definitely get an answer for you. But 100%, I always recommend the yellow stuff. Let me know what you think, by the way, after you get it, because I really am curious, because I really did enjoy it, and I'm kind of curious to find out what you find is the best. Oh, somebody likes nudity. Volume 4 is going to be there. It's going to be their bomb, man. So here is Homegrown Horrors Volume 1, which I think is good. I mean, I like regional stuff, but I like the regional stuff that Arrow Video put out for their American Horror Project a bit more than I do for the Homegrown Horrors. But I'll eventually grab this. But in Canadian, that's going to be like over $50, so I can't. Anything that came out prior to January is going to be 50% off. So anything that came out this year was within 2023. Last year, it was anything that came out before February of 2023 was going to be 50% off. And this year, it's everything that came out in 2022 and back. It's 50% off. So they keep going back a bit with their with the 50% off. I wish they wouldn't do that, but things change, right? Surf 2, a lot of people are probably already got this one. This is one that people will look at because honestly, it was a staple of TV. So a lot of, like, if you watch like TV, especially if you live in the United States and you watch TV, you watch like cable TV. This was a staple of cable television. Well, you're definitely welcome to come. Like, we're going to be here. We're going to do a pre-show on Thursday. Like, Sim and Dave's going to be here, like, co-hosting with me. And, well, the site's gone down. We're going to be here. We're going to be talking about the sale. We're going to be talking about, like, the titles. And then Then we're going over to like after when just about a half hour before the sale starts, we go over to my Patreon and then we talk about like we're there for when the sale goes live. We give recommendations. We shop together. Now, anything that's like from what I read there from the because I read the what I did at the beginning of this video was I read the halfway to Black Friday rules. So 2023 uh, titles wouldn't be on sale like anything 2022 is. And just like to I'll verify that now for you because it's important. So titles with release dates beginning in 2023 will not be discounted. So anything prior to January of 2023 will be discounted 50% off the SRP price. That includes Vinegar Syndrome, VSAs, Picaramas, and partner label titles. VSUs, VSPs will be different. Merch, clothing, older titles, there's things that are not that wasn't originally under their distribution label, like early AgFuzz won't be. But yeah, that's if you correct me if I'm wrong, standing, but I'm sure you've done this before too. Wasn't that haven't they pushed it back another month again? Because that's what it seems like. They pushed back another month. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Surf 2, but there's 100 copies left. This is a limited edition one. It's got a great cover. I'm not going to lie. It's got a great slipcover. I'm sure Bullet Blake's got this for sure, man. Televised tears. I'm so sad it's over 1,000. Because the day that like Cardona collection goes under 1,000, televised tears over 1,000, that's a sad time. Alien from LA is definitely still over 1,000. I'm pretty sure the lamp's gonna be over 1,000. Yeah, Killers of Light. I actually like this one. This is John Carlin. John Carlin's really good. Terminal Island. I know that'll be on sale because it came out last year. And it's it's again, it's a yeah, fantastic price for that one. I'm guessing Tough Guys Don't Dance is going to be still over 1,000 yet. Shallow Grave's a good title, by the way, guys. And that one has dipped under the 1,000 range. So always good to look at like titles like that because it's actually a legitimately good title. Devil's Story, not a good movie, but I enjoyed it. Censor, I really liked. I know some people didn't get into it. Oh, the 627, it's a great release for that one. But here's a really good, if you like Giallo, here's kind of a fun one, guys. So if you're into Giallo and you're going to pick up the Giallo box set, here's a good one to pick up with it. And it's Nothing Underneath Too Beautiful to Die. So there are two Giallo films, and this one does still have the limited edition slipcover. It says over 1,000, but I'm going to say right now, like, it's two Giallo films and two solid ones. So a definite recommendation on these. They both kind of deal in a weird way with the fashion industry. One more so than the other. One deals with like these twins, and the guy can feel like what his twin feels. So he realizes he's in trouble. So he leaves his job as a force ranger and goes to the city and gets involved in her life and gets involved in the fashion industry where she's disappeared. It's really good actually. You get to see like Donald Pleasance in it. So Nothing Underneath, like it's 80s like Giallo, Too Beautiful to Die. If you like Giallo, definitely worth picking up. Great double feature. If you're picking up Volume 3 of Forgotten Jelly or Volume 4 or 5, but definitely picking up Volume 3. Like, pick this one up along with it. You got like 5 solid Giallo. And it's going to be like 80s, kind of more later 80s style Giallo. So the style of the camera work would be like a little bit different, a little bit more glossy, a little bit more fashionista. A Swedish release of Nothing Underneath. See, it's one of those that I think what helps it for me, Sandon, is that I also like Too Beautiful to Die. And I think if I'd gotten Nothing Underneath on its own, I would have liked it. but I wouldn't have loved it. But the fact that I got them together and in a weird way, they kind of complemented each other. So sitting down and watching Nothing Underneath and watching To Beautiful Die, they're very different films, but they have kind of like a tiny bit of like a over kind of a crossover in the fact that that they deal with fashion. Too Beautiful to Die much more like bluntly deals with like the fashion industry, but Nothing Underneath definitely has like some fashion names in there. But it was just like the two films together. I think definitely worth getting. If it was just one of them, I'd say maybe wait, but two of them, you know, hopefully that makes some sense. Camilla Keaton in Italy is going to be there. I actually like this one a lot. Some people didn't. I thought this was a good one. It was a really good set. It was well done. Um, some great like features on here. I enjoyed these films. One had too much like there's like sex scenes that went on a little bit too long, but and yeah, that's not something that like I would normally say, but I'm gonna be honest. Master of the World, like that you can definitely pass on that one, guys. I thought the chick was crazy at the end. It's like that. Really? I have to look again, actually. But you're probably right. Yeah, How the Lowest Fortune of America. It's over 1,000, so we're good with that one. Steel and Lace was a fun title. People expected Steel and Lace thing to be a lot more sleazier than it is, and it's not. It's not a sleazy film. It's the opposite. Sister I got from the 10 for 10 sale. I like that one, but it's a slower Southern Gothic, so you really gotta like that type of stuff. If in order for it to be something like that you're gonna be into. I love like almost all like this 4K stuff, like some stuff like Schizoid and X-Ray. If you don't know these movies, yeah, it's fantastic. Like I love this stuff. Like the features on here, way better than what I got on mine. I got like barely any features on my release, but you got like a bunch of new like interviews on here. Brandon making a documentary, uh, super cool stuff. We get stuff like Cloak and Dagger, which I'm not sure if that's coming next to VSU. We'll see what the price is. Mammy Connection should be on like a sale. Um, Flesh Eater will be on sale. And I'm sorry, but Flesh Eater's gonna be under $30 for me to pick it up. I'm sorry. I'm just no, I'm not. Like I know it's William Heinzman, and he was it was the zombie in Night of the Living Dead, and that's great now. But Flesh Eater, it's a fun enough watch, but it is one of those uh, that that would have to be a 10 for 10 sale. Would have to be a $10 sale for me to pick it up, or 20. I'll buy it for 20. Like that's. But it's not one of those that like really did it for me. You got Master of the World, Shallow Grave, Blades, The Grave, Resurrection. I wish they said it was the only time they're going to do it. I'm kind of hoping, Stand-in, that because they're doing a subscriber, like 7 days a subscriber, that they'll do something like similar to that. Come on, one more time. So if you're looking at stuff and you're like, okay, I really like to see them do that, tweet them, let them know. Well, I almost choked, I guess. Through the Cruel Picture is a good title. I like Christina Lindbergh though, like I got a bias there. That's the 4K Blu-ray edition. There's a big edition of that one that I picked up. Civ Competition. Actually, I do want to get that one down the road because that one does sound hilarious. Shriek the Mutilated is just one that I find really fun. It's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. Righting Wrongs, probably still over 1,000. Definitely a good title. I don't know if I'd recommend the Incredible Melting Man for like on 4K, but I mean, if you've got the extra bones, definitely recommendation for things like Gambit Horror, though. It's a classic. Santo versus Dr. Death, definitely on that one. One of the many Buried Alive movies that came out. Like, I don't think that's even the only Buried Alive movie that came out that year. But I don't remember this one because I get them mixed up. Again, I think this one came out last year. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure it did. Strong recommendation on Werewolf versus Vampire Women. It's Paul Naschy. It's a classic, and it's got a fantastic documentary. Homegrown Horrors 1 and 2. That's the one that I recommend over the first one. Evil Laugh came out this year, so that's not going to be on sale. Freeway came out this year, I think. So that's not going to be on sale. No, or the Freeway came out last year. Yeah, the newer stuff is right here. Like Frostbiter, Maiden, Kong, Volume 1. I think it was all January stuff. Undeclared Wars, all January. So stuff like this, all this aren't going to be on sale. Because these are all newer titles. But there we go. I don't want to keep you guys here too long because I know it's a Friday and I know all you guys have stuff to do. Unlike me, who's going to go and work on my channel and do more video stuff. But I will be doing a video this weekend. I'll let you guys know a day in advance for the Patreon channel as well. There will be another video next week. If there's more announcements or news, we'll be talking about that as well. When we do the Patreon video, one thing I'll be able to talk about more that I can't talk about here so much is some of the Severin stuff, because Severin does tend to have a bit of the stuff you can't put on here on their videos. So, for as low as $1 a month, you become a patron and see all that extra cool stuff, and let me know what you like and what you think. My name is Aaron. This has been the Call to Cinema. You guys rock. As always, like, share, subscribe. You want to super chat. You want to donate. But if you just want to come in and hang out and join us and have some fun, that's what we're here for. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I did. I had a blast. See you here next time. And some of you guys will see you the weekend, so we can talk a bit more about Vinegar Syndrome. And don't forget, next Thursday night, big show here with Cinema Dave that you do not want to miss.